I'm Mike.
And I'm Adam.
And this is Stuff and Waffle. Two friends talking about stuff, and often as not, waffling with frequent reference to Bond cars.
Good news.
Oh, cheeky little Top Gear stealing there.
I haven't bought a Dacia Sandero. That's all right.
I couldn't see you in one, if I'm brutally honest.
No, it's not for me, I don't think. No.
No, that's fair enough. Good news, though. All right, I hope
news.
This is going where I think it is.
We have good news. The Puma has returned.
Oh, this is good news.
It is among us once again. Taxed, MOT'd, back on the road.
Nice. Is it
nice?
Is it performing just so?
It's performing quite well. There are still a few issues. It wasn't an entirely clean MOT.
Okay. What remains?
There were some issues that weren't mentioned on the MOT when it was done in October because they basically didn't get past the corrosion. So they saw what a state it was in underneath and just failed it. Whereas now that is sorted. They've MOT'd it again and come up with some things that they didn't mention in October because they didn't look any further than the corrosion. Slightly annoying, but there it is. So it does. It has passed. It does have an MOT. It is, and we've retaxed it, and it's been used. We only got it back yesterday, but it's been used a bit today, and it's benefiting from being used. It basically hasn't turned a wheel since September, so it's benefiting from being used.
Most definitely.
Few bits and pieces to sort. It needs new discs and pads on the front. There's a slight oil leak, excuse me, underneath. Need to try and trace that. One of the rear number plate bulbs has gone. That's annoying. I will sort that over the weekend. And a few other little bits and pieces, but nothing major. Structurally, we are there. Not to say it's rust free. Clearly, it's a 22-year-old Ford, but it is structurally sound again. There's still a little bit in the sort of bottom corner of the wheel arches. There's a little bit on the sills, and there's a little bit on the boot lid around the wiper arm fitment. But everything that holds it together is now solid again. So that's jolly good.
This is a very good starting point to getting that back to tip-top form. Yeah.
Indeed. So a few bits to sort. Going to get the discs and pads sorted because obviously that's safety, and they are nearly dead. So need to get that done. Funnily enough, a slightly spooky thing happened. I was on the phone to the garage prior to picking it up, and they were just taking me through what it needs, and they mentioned rear number plate. One of the rear number plate bulbs has gone. Only an advisory because only one of them has gone, the other one's still working, so the number plate is still illuminated, so it's not a fail, it's only an advisory. So they were telling me about that, and I was looking on eBay and looking at bulbs, and £2 or £3, no big issue. Just put the phone down to them, and the doorbell went. So I trotted out to the door, and there, standing in front of the door, was a lady who I had never seen before in my life. And she said, have you got a Ford Puma here? And I said, well, yeah, it's not here right now. It's up at the garage. But yes, we own a Mark 1 Ford Puma. And she said, I thought so. I've seen it a few times when I've been walking past. And I thought, where are we going here? Is she going to ask me if I want to sell it? That was my first thought.
That would be where my mind.
Selling that?
Yes, that's where mine would jump to.
Yes, but no. She said, well, I had one. She said I bought it brand new when they first came out, and I had it for 20 years. My daughter and I used to go to France in it every year. She said absolutely loved it. but had to scrap it a couple of years ago when it just got so rusty. There was nothing left for them to weld to. It was just completely ruined, and she had to let it go. But she said, we were turning out my garage recently, and I found this, and she handed me a box, and it's a complete bulb set for a Mark 1.
That's
She
tremendous.
said, I thought you might find that. We bought that when we started taking it to France, because of course you have to carry a bulb.
You have to have it.
France.
Yeah.
So it's a complete original Ford bulb set for a Mark 1 Puma. And I thought, well, that's unbelievable. I've just been told by the garage it needs a bulb, and here you are, not 30 seconds later, handing me a box of bulbs.
Where was she when it failed its MOT, for Christ's sake?
You haven't got a spare floor pan in your garage. A couple of wings knocking about, anything like that.
That's weird, isn't it?
No idea who she is. She must live in the village somewhere, but I've no idea who she is. And I was so shocked by it, I didn't ask her where she was from, but she says she walks up and down past the house quite regularly, so she must live up here somewhere.
Yeah, bound to.
But
very cool.
Apparently she had bought a Puma brand new when they first came out, which must have been 97, 98.
Yeah, they were thereabouts.
Ran it for 20 years until it was completely knackered.
Oh, fair play.
Yeah, that was brilliant.
Yeah,
so
that's nice.
I've now got some bulbs for it. So
you've got your car back. You got some bulbs. Marvelous. Is Dawn pleased to have it back?
Very. She was. It was a funny thing happened. She was obviously it's been a little bit of a roller coaster over the last few months getting it sorted, and
of course
she I think was kind of falling out of love with it and was talking about selling it again. She said, I'm just going to get it back and sell it, and that'll be that. I'll just have my money back out of it, and now she was a bit fed up with it and was looking at other things, as we have touched on. But we went up there to get it, went up to the garage to get it. We went up in the Jag, and we were walking down the road to go to the garage, and it was parked outside. And as soon as she saw it, it was like, oh, it's a good looking car, isn't it? So
all is well.
It's coming back. And she drove it home, and she's driven it today. All talk of getting rid of it has once again ceased. So.
Oh, nice. That's all right then. So
And our son he was so excited when he got home from school and saw it back on the driveway.
Cool.
That's nice. And she took him out in it after school today, and he was so excited. He's so excited to have it back. So there you go.
Oh, nice. Well, that's
all worked out rather well. A few bits to sort. I would like to get it undersealed now.
Probably not a bad shout.
Appropriate. So like to try and find somebody local-ish that can do that. Haven't researched that yet, but there must be someone.
Bound to be,
yeah. So I'd like to get it properly undersealed, because I think that will really help put it on. There is still some other bits of rust on it which could do with looking at. They're not structural, but I think I would like to have them looked at. But we'll see. We'll see how far Dawn's newfound love for it extends into the wallet. We'll see.
Yep.
It is a car that will always need money spending on it. It's a 22-year-old Ford. It is what it is.
Yes. It's quite simple. That it's going to need TLC for the rest of its existence.
Yes, it is. We don't currently have anywhere to garage it. We are quite near the coast in the salty air out here. That's not great for it. We do need to be a little bit practical about it. We can't just keep pouring money into it, because at least at the moment it isn't worth it. But we will see how it goes. It's back now. There are no immediate plans to make it go away. And we'll see how it goes. I'd like to, we'll get these few bits sorted, like the brakes and the lights and things like that. I'd like to get it undersealed. I'd like to get the other bits of rust sorted. may have to just get a quote for that and see what we're in for.
Where we're at. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's back. It's annoying that it's got a write-off in its history, because that does potentially limit its value a little bit. But there it is.
I don't know. This was bound to be short-lived. I think that.
I'd have thought so. I thought the sort of people that are buying them now aren't going to be fussed by that.
No, I don't think they're going to be fussed. I think in general, if you're able to hang on to it for a little bit, you are gonna earn off of it.
I think so. I mean, they're getting proper rare now. Prices are all over the place.
Yeah.
You look at them on Auto Trader and Facebook and places like that. The prices are ranging from 500 quid to 10 grand and everything in between.
Yeah.
And obviously there is a difference in quality between those prices, but people don't seem to know quite what they're worth at the moment. I know the used car market's all over the place generally, but the Pumas do seem to confuse. They're not quite sure what they're worth. But yeah, it's back, and it's not going anywhere at the moment. So.
No, that's fine. And the bits that you listed, I mean, like brakes, for instance, that's something we could tackle. It's pads and discs.
I did think of that. Yeah, that is, yes, doesn't need to go to a garage for that necessarily. Yeah.
No, and if it's dry enough, that's a driveway job.
Driveway. I've never tackled anything like that, but I know you and Phil both have.
Yeah, I've got axle stands. We can pop it up, pop the front end up, and just do it all at one go. Yeah, no issue at all.
Yeah, no, I did think of that. I thought with yours and Phil's guidance, that could be done on the driveway.
Very good, very good.
So all positive on that front.
Good. Okay, I suppose just for housekeeping, we better ask, how's the Jag?
The Jag is lovely. I have a new battery for it, not fitted yet because it won't stop raining. But
that has arrived, doesn't it? That's
very much, yes, indeed. So yeah, Jag's been fine. Used it a bit this week. We'll hopefully fit new battery to it over the weekend, which will stop that draining, hopefully, or will at least eliminate the battery being the source of said drain.
I genuinely think that's going to remedy it. You have all the symptoms that I've had in the past. New battery, and it was solved. Yeah,
I think it will be, and everybody says they are incredibly sensitive to power fluctuations. So wang a new battery on it. And hopefully that will sort it. I tried charging the battery that's in it, and it won't charge past a certain point. It won't.
Oh, really?
It won't charge past about 12.1, 12.2. It's not quite enough.
No, you want to be getting right up to sort of 13 if you can, really.
Yes, and I charged the new battery because it didn't come fully charged, and that went straight up to 13.5. So
good. There you go. That
and I
speaks volumes, to be honest.
I bought a proper Bosch one made for the car.
My mind went full partridge there. Bosch. Net.
Bosch.
Smack. Sorry. That's.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, bought a proper one, and splashed out on a new charger as well, because the one I was using was about 300 years old. So bought a new one that knows all about AGM batteries and things like that. So yeah, hopefully change that over the weekend, and that will be the end. That's the last thing on the list for that car.
Well done.
Everything else is tip top.
Oh, you've utterly nailed that. Well done, you.
I'm quite pleased with the results there, because I've never done anything like that before, and I've transformed that car because it had so many bits and bobs. I mean, there was nothing massive wrong with it, but
no, but
there was a lot of annoying little things that were broken.
Yeah, quite. And you've just sort of I don't know, for want of a better phrase, you've polished a bit of value into it.
Yeah, probably have. Yeah, probably have. MOT due and is booked in now for first week of March.
Okay.
Yep. When it's due. They couldn't do it any quicker. So MOT is booked. So we'll hopefully have a clean one of those.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see where we're at with that.
Oh, good. Well, it's all very positive. Right, in the interest of fleet updates,
yes,
I too have news. And I don't know if it's the news you entirely expect. I have sold the Volvo.
Blimey, no, that's not the news I was expecting. Okay, it's truth. Well, no, I didn't see that coming.
No,
because last we heard it had failed the MOT, but you were having it sorted.
Well, I was having the chat with them. I hadn't properly spoken to them, so.
Oh, okay.
I had a chat with them and went and had a look and see what was what. A few more bits and pieces needed doing to it. There was one line on the MOT list that I sort of dismissed regarding brakes.
Right.
Which,
you don't want to be dismissing things to do with brakes.
Yeah, I dismissed it out of hand, but it's it needed a fair chunk doing to it. And I was talking to him and said, look, I am not 100% sure I want to be spending the level of money that I need to. Even if I take it away and do it myself, I'm undecided. And he's like, I get that. He said it's parts, it's labour, it's all that sort of stuff that's on your mind. And I said, So he's like, because that was, when would that have been? I think that was the Friday, because we recorded last week. We recorded a day early, didn't we? So I had the conversation with him Friday up there, and I said, look, give me the weekend.
I'll have a think.
And I'll have a think. And he said, yeah. No worries. So. And the weekend went by, and I'm just like, if I sort of sat down and started doing the sums again, right, if I fix this, and this, they can have the crap jobs of doing bushes and such like, and I really can't be asked to do that. And then go, right, okay, well, in an ideal world, right, what's ballpark for a gearbox? Yeah, that's that. And then go, right, it needs cam belt doing. And I added it all up and went, I am not spending that. I'd never see it again. So I went. So I had a chat with him. Was it Monday? I think I spoke to him on the phone Monday, and he said, I spoke to him, and the guy I was talking to about it said, he's not here at the minute. So I said, well, I'll let you know what I'm thinking. He said, yeah, fine. I'll pass your message on to him because he's dealing with it. Busy day Tuesday, sorted it Wednesday, had the conversation, and I said, look, I'm not parting with that amount of money on it. He said, no, get that. He said, I'll buy it if you want. Oh. And I was like,
okay.
He said, yeah. He said, I know it's a bit of a punt on his part. He said, but it's not in anyone's way here at the minute. And he said, I can just tinker with it. And he said, if it all goes well, then he said it's ideal car for his missus and putting the dogs in the back. I'm like, you crack on, mate.
Yeah, perfect for that. Yeah.
So So he gave me a decent sum for it and didn't charge me for the MOT.
Ideal.
Yeah.
Okay. So it has gone.
It has gone, and
wow.
It is. And the most important bit there is it's not gone to the bin. It's gone to someone who's gonna.
It's not been scrapped.
No,
yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
Well, that's the end of an era, isn't it? That's the end of an era for all of it, because we've all had a go on that at one time.
Yeah. But it was when I got the failure and then I started doing the sums. I was like, well, no one's going to want this. And he's like, yeah,
well,
I'll have
it. That's the thing. Okay. Yes. Oh, yes. All right then.
Yeah.
Wow. Very good. Well, that's worked out rather well, hasn't it?
Yeah. So I think that's someone who's got the skill set and has labour for free and go, yeah, you know
Yeah.
what, you go for it, mate.
It can see the road again, which is nice. And yeah, perfect, ideal.
Yeah,
good.
So that was a done deal yesterday afternoon, and paperwork done and money in my pocket. So
nice. Okay. So do thoughts need to turn now to a replacement, or I know we've been talking about it anyway.
We have been talking about it, and discussions haven't really progressed much because this happened. It happened yesterday.
This is almost breaking news as it happens.
Almost breaking news, and
it is.
And it's just a case of, yes, I could do with a car. However, I'm not going to be rushed about it. I could do with financially waiting till next month. Anyway,
fair enough.
Because I detest December, January, and February.
As we all do.
Well, I may beef it up a little, because not only do you have Christmas tax bill, I throw in wife's birthday as well.
Oh, of course you do. Yes.
So it's the worst 3 months for my wallet known to man.
It's a little sparse. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, it's sort of open the wallet and moths fly out with it.
It's a little dusty in there. Right. Okay. Fair enough.
But yeah, I mean, yes, I could go and deal with it now and probably got the wherewithal, but it's much less of a strain if I do it next month. I've got it.
Well,
I've got a
make
Mini.
Any difference, is it? Yes, you're not without wheels. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, very good. Right. Well, How about that then?
There are a few things that I've got my eye on. For instance, and it's quite possible that I may have made an inquiry about a vehicle, even though I shouldn't.
May have.
I would like to neither confirm or deny that I've made an inquiry about a vehicle. And
okay,
I am going to send it to you now.
Right.
And I know I said, oh, none of this is urgent. This popped up on Instagram late afternoon, but I saw it this evening.
Right. Let's have a look here.
Incoming.
Let's have a look. Oh, that's naughty.
Yes, it is, isn't it?
Yeah, that's proper naughty, that is. Oh, blimey. Okay. Yeah, that's very you.
I thought you might say that.
It is. That's very you. We should explain to our dear listener what I am looking at here.
Yeah, it's a Subaru Legacy GT Spec B WR Limited.
Yeah.
So it is
wagon.
Yeah, wagon. So it is the turbocharged EJ20 engine. So getting on for 300 horsepower. Manual. The factory option gold wheels. The really beefy STI exhausts as well.
It's in the blue as well.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really naughty.
Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be quite a thing.
Yeah. So
yeah. There's no way you're going to be allowed to buy that.
Hey, it's my money.
Yeah, but we know how these things work.
It's a practical car.
It's true. Yeah, you can't argue with that. It's an estate car. It is a proper estate car.
I mean, you cannot argue that would go everywhere and do anything.
Yes, it would. Yes, it would. That's very nice. Yes, I like that. I like that a lot. Good service history by the look of it.
Fastidious.
Fastidious might say. Is the word. Yes, indeed, one might say that. Yeah, blimey. Yeah, okay. They have hidden the plates in the photographs, which is always annoying.
I have asked for them.
Okay, yeah, I don't know why dealers do that. It puts people off. Stop doing it.
Well, sometimes from this place they do it because they don't actually have a UK reg yet.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah, well,
This
okay, yeah.
this is this is an imported car, but not newly imported.
Right, okay. It looks very nice inside. The steering wheel, gear shift, and everything, they're not worn. That looks very tidy. Very tidy indeed. Ooh. Yeah, nothing's ever been in that boot. Look at it.
No.
That's mint. Wow. Oh, that would look very nice parked next to the Jag Sport Brake, I think.
I feel like I'll race you.
You might win.
And do you know what? I might make a lot more noise when I do it as well.
Oh, I think you would. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you would.
That exhaust
But
system.
that would be unseemly in a Jag.
But
that's very nice. Yes, that's very you. That is very you. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
So I'll let you know how that inquiry goes.
Oh, please do. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. 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 Yes, you must. I need to know what's happening now.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not actively looking, but this came up and I was like, I've got to send a message.
You got to see, because that's not all the world in terms of money, is it?
No, it's there or thereabouts.
Yeah.
But I feel like if part with the money to get this, it wouldn't depreciate like another vehicle.
No, probably not. No, probably not. No, your money would be safe in that.
I think that would be.
Ooh, you would butter many parsnips with that, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you would. It's very.
Well, it's like we've always said about the Mondeo ST220. It does everything. It will do it very well.
Yeah, this will do most things, I think. Then
especially some being an estate car as well. I mean, that's just perfect.
Monstrous engine, 4-wheel drive.
Oh, we love a fast estate car, don't we? So that's I
mean, fast and shouty.
The Stuff and Waffle fleet would certainly be taking a step upwards. If
that would be ridiculous.
It's improved a bit over the last few months, but that would take it to a whole new level.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Wow. Yeah.
I'm going to keep you posted on that.
Yeah. Yes. I would like to be the second to know, please.
Yeah, that's fine. The only thing that worries me on it, again, that got posted today, and at that price, that really seems like a bargain.
Chances are that may have gone already.
The fact that, I mean, a manual legacy as well. I mean, they were nearly all estates. Not estates, sorry. They are, Oh, God, I'm tired. Yeah. Automatic
is the word you're looking for. Yes. At that price, that's not going to hang around long because that looks mint. It is the one you'd want, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's had all. I mean, it's been fastidiously looked after. It's had a nice bit of titivation.
Yeah.
As in sense of it's been just tweaked slightly, so it's putting out slightly more power than it was.
Yeah, not too much to be. Not gone silly. Yeah.
No, not too much. It's got upgraded clutch, upgraded flywheel, upgraded clutch release arm, got recent cam belts done, things like that. It's got it's got the lot really.
They're such a tough car as well, aren't they?
And it's got all the factory options, going those fancy wheels, the fancy exhaust. Oh God!
If you want that, I would suggest you're going to have to move very quickly.
Yeah.
That's going to go. That'll
Yeah.
be gone by the weekend if
it's not already. That's the thing.
Yeah, if it hasn't already, yeah, absolutely.
Because it was advertised during sort of work hours, so
Yes.
someone could well have jumped on it before I did this evening. So
yeah, indeed. Well,
However-
if you want it, I wish you luck with that, because that would be glorious.
It's a hell of a thing, but yeah, I mean, like I said, I've not got my heart set on it. If they happen to go, yep, I would love to go down, give it a test drive first, obviously.
Yeah.
Make sure it's for me.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
But we'll see.
Oh, that's well. You've blown the doors off it tonight with that news. I think
that's it. Yeah. Sold a car one day, inquired the next day, purely by accident. Yeah.
No messing there. That's very proactive for you.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's it. I was down a car since yesterday, so.
Yeah. Although, to be fair, the sale of the Volvo did kind of fall in your lap, but
I did luck into that a little bit. I mean,
just a little bit.
Well, I just feel like that everyone's a winner there. Going, look, I'm unconvinced whether I wanted to spend, and he's like, well, I've got the time, the space, and free labour. Like, well, yeah, go on then, you do it.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely. If he can make use of it, and it means it's not dead, it would have been a shame to see it scrapped.
But no, it'll live, so that's good.
That's excellent news. Well done. I did come across another vehicle that you might want to consider. It's very much at the other end of the scale to the lovely Legacy.
At the other end of the scale, it depends what scale we're looking at here. Go on. Are you thinking of one for me?
Very much so.
Okay.
Yeah. I think this is right up your pipe, but in a very different way to the Scooby there. Allow me to furnish you with a link. It's quite a long link. Now you get your peepers round that.
Right, here I go. I'm peeping.
Because I know you like these.
It's a Facebook link. Wait for it to spin. Ooh,
it is.
I
know, little sluggy. I know you like those. Yes. That's
dirty.
When I saw it, I thought, ooh, and that's a really tidy one.
That's lovely. Oh, yes.
A 1986 Volvo 340 is what he's looking at, ladles and jelly spoons.
Look at that.
Yes.
Look at that velour on the interior. It's...
You're almost getting more excited about this than the Subaru.
Yeah, but I mean, this is fresh to me. I've seen the Subaru already, so.
True. This is. I have just dropped this on you. That interior is wonderful.
Yeah, you know what? It's a throwback because, I mean, it's red on the outside and red on the inside. I remember one of my dad's was blue on the outside and blue on the inside. So
there you go. You've got to match it. You see, it's like an Aston Martin DB7. It's all toned in. Yeah, the similarities, in fact, between that and a DB7 are,
endless. I mean, I tell you what, though, the service bills on this would be significantly less.
Yes, it would. If you were in the market for those, for one of those, I would suggest you'd struggle to find a tidier one. That is really nice.
That is really tidy. I mean, fair play. That is really nice bit of kit.
Love it. It's really clean. Even the close-up photos of the wheel arches and things, they're just, spotless.
Yeah, because obviously you do run the risk of massive crustiness on these, but that's lovely.
They are a bit rotty, but what car of that era isn't, to be fair.
Quite. But
no, I saw that and thought, oh, he really likes those.
I do really like those. Lovely thing. What a lovely thing.
It is, isn't it? It really is.
What a lovely thing. Oh, yes.
It's so honest and original, that. It's just what it is, isn't it? It's lovely.
The photos from underneath, I mean, just what a solid thing.
To coin a phrase, find another.
Ah, yes. Well, it's true in this case.
It actually is true in this case. That is a rare old thing.
I like that in the description. A true time capsule.
Yes. That's a phrase that's getting a little bit overused in car adverts, but I think in this case it is justified. Because
I love the last paragraph as well. You don't see many of these in this condition and not modified for drift racing. It's true. They are. People love them for a drift.
Yeah, they do. Sadly, yeah. But that's a really
they want to
car. That.
Yeah, they want to sell it to someone who intends to keep it that way.
Yes, there you go. You see,
so best not turn up with me cap at a jaunty angle and call them bruv.
I wouldn't recommend doing that under any circumstances, to be honest. Although, to be fair, on the Scooby, it might work for you.
How very dare you.
But on this lovely old 340, I would suggest that's not the sort of chap who's selling that car. No. That's been somebody's pride and joy.
Yeah, that's lovely. Yeah, nice find. Well done, you.
Yeah, I spotted that and thought I have to tell him about that because I know he likes them.
I do like it. Well done, you, for spotting that. Right, we've had a little theme this evening of estate cars, bit of Jag, bit of Volvo, bit of Legacy. Can I turn our attention to two new ones on the horizon?
Oh, please do.
One that we have touched on, and one that is a pleasant surprise. So we touched on a all new 5 Series Touring.
We did. Yep.
It is with us. And the disguise was close enough. I mean, the grille is still a bit too big, but it has to be said it's probably the best looking modern BMW that we've seen for some time.
Yeah, I've just got some photos of it. It's heading back in the right direction, isn't it? I think they're still a bit too big, but it's getting better again.
But what we've got there is essentially a fast electric estate. So it's
yes, that's we like that, don't we?
So basically the gist is it's going to be hybrid. It will be a combustion one, but at the moment they're starting with the electric one,
the pure electric one. Yeah 600 horsepower by the look of it.
This isn't even the M5 version.
No, but that's the kind of power that using the electric drivetrain can give you, though, isn't it? That's the thing. I
quite like it.
That's going to be hard to ignore, isn't it? Oh dear.
Yeah, what a thing. Fair play.
Oh, fair play. Another. I applaud an all-electric estate car. I think that's brilliant.
We are,
and as modern BMs go, that's a bit more of a looker than they've been doing of late. But the front end still isn't quite right, but it's better. Especially as it's an EV, it doesn't need a grille at all. But we'll skim over that.
And the only other thing that I would probably I'd need to fact check is apparently this is the first 5 Series in a while that doesn't have that really handy tailgate feature where the glass can be opened separately.
That's a shame.
I've not confirmed that, but I have heard rumours going around about that. So
but it doesn't have the. Oh, even my old X-Type had that.
So just. I mean, I doubt it's going to be a deal breaker for anyone.
I wouldn't find that to be a deal breaker, but it's a little bit disappointing. So it's quite a nice feature.
Nice little thing. Really quite impressed with that. I mean, still the front end does let it down a little bit.
It does, but it is better.
The rest of it really does make up for it.
Still a nice selection of physical buttons on the interior by the look of it. It's not all screen based.
It looks really nicely done.
Yeah, it actually does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
As I said, that's going to be difficult to ignore. Do we have any prices?
It's going to be quite pricey, I believe. The first models launched are going to be the i5. Okay, so mind you, we're going to be starting around 70 grand by the look of it.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds a lot, and it is a lot, but it's what that sort of car costs these days, isn't it? I mean, we're still stuck in an era where that would be 25, and that just doesn't happen anymore.
But for car people like us, that's we're going to see a lot of these, I think.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope we're going to see a little bit of a return of the estate car.
Oh, well done, you. Excellent segue. What is being heralded is possibly a contender for the greatest fast estate car we've seen in some time. Has come from another German manufacturer.
I think I've seen this one. Yes. Are we talking Taycan here?
No.
No.
No,
Okay, because there is a new version of that.
There is. I mean, there is a range tweak. That's not where I'm going with this. We can touch on that in a moment. However, from the German market, Ingolstadt, is the Audi RS6 GT.
Ooh.
Bit of a limited edition.
Yeah.
However, it's quite the thing. If you have a quick Google for that,
I'm on it. RS6 Avant GT.
Yep.
Ooh, that is a thing, isn't it? Yeah, look at that.
So they've got a bit of the sort of Audi motorsport colours about it without going over the top. I think it works quite well, actually.
Yeah, that's quite a statement, isn't it? £176,975 on the road. That's what it says.
Very good.
Dear, that's it's, if I may be so bold, better looking than the Beamer.
Yeah. So they've not gone. They've not gone out and out with the mechanicals. So we've gone for, it's mostly cosmetic tweaks as a bit of a special. But I mean, you say, oh, they've not gone out and out with the performance. So it will match the specs of the RS6 performance model. So which
4-litre V8 twin turbo,
630 horsepower.
Yes.
Absolutely wonderful. Not what neither of us are particular Audi people, but that. Yes,
I could be persuaded by that. Yes, no, we're not Audi people by any stretch of the imagination, but I could be persuaded by that. That's a very good looking car.
It's really, it's just, it's just, I don't know. It's just tremendous, isn't it?
I like that. I do. I like that.
Just over 3 seconds to 60.
And again, it's a proper estate car. Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is quite a thing, isn't it? Yeah, I could be persuaded by that. I could.
So, yeah, I mean, if you could be persuaded, I believe that we're getting about 60 allocated to the UK. So.
Yes, obviously, I couldn't be persuaded at the fat end of £177,000.
You'd forget about that once you put your foot down, though.
Yeah, I'd need the opportunity to be able to put my foot down in the first place.
That's fine. You could sell something, you could mortgage something, and it's fine. Yeah.
Sell the children for medical experiments, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. All of that. That's I've heard that's absolutely fine.
Yeah, I believe that's not a problem these days. Yes. Very nice indeed. Well spotted.
You did touch on the Taycan range, which
I did.
Granted, I think it's a very good idea to bring it up, but it's not. I don't think it's groundbreaking, but we've essentially got a slight revision to the car itself, but the sort of headlines are better range, faster, and the obvious one, more expensive.
Obviously, yes, they are calling it the Gen 2, but it's
really not.
No,
it is a facelift at most.
Better range it needed, because its range wasn't particularly competitive.
It didn't stop people buying it, though, did it?
No, it didn't. No, I'm not knocking it for that.
No, that's the thing. I'm just going. It's a wonderful, wonderful car. By people who really know what they're doing.
Know about cars, yeah, absolutely. No, it is, and the estate version particularly is a glorious thing.
it's wonderful.
It did just recently actually take back the lap record at the Nürburgring from the Model S Plaid. Just sneaked ahead again. So no doubt Tesla will be back to have that back.
I still think that sort of Tesla need to up their game a little bit, because I've heard that some of the stuff that is holding back the Model S is the fact that it's still essentially a single geared or single geared motors, whereas the Taycan, they've gone sort of low and high range.
Right. Okay. Yeah, you could well be right.
Which means it can stretch its legs a bit more. It's not necessarily about the acceleration; it's about that top speed.
Yes. Yeah. Well, it's going around the Nürburgring isn't about out and out acceleration, is it? So.
Well, I mean, the acceleration is very important, but you've got to think once you got on right towards the end of the lap, you got the back straight. I'll attempt some German. It's the Dottinger Höhe.
Very good.
So that is where you need those legs, because you can just make or break there.
Yeah. You could well be right. I don't know enough about it really, but yes, I did read that the Porsche had taken that record back from Tesla. So interesting. Yeah, like you say, a welcome update, but I think they're stretching it to call it Gen 2.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
It's a minor sort of mid-run update, isn't it? Really.
What's interesting is that I've been reading some stuff about it, and they apparently in the Taycan they don't offer what they would deem a single pedal driving mode, a bit like what you can just sort of get used to in electric cars.
Oh, okay, right.
They, I believe I read that they say it distracts from the purity of the driving experience, which that's very Porsche.
It is. It is. I'm not sure it's right, but it is very Porsche.
I think it's horses for courses. I think in your run-of-the-mill daily driver electric car, you probably go, yeah, I could do with it.
Yeah.
But the person buying this isn't. Well, if it were me, I would not be pootling around in this.
No, I think you're probably right. I mean, Tesla doesn't specifically do one pedal driving. You can do it, but they don't make as big a thing of it as, say, Nissan do with the Leaf. But that's obviously a very different type of car.
Well, I'd say, I mean, having recently been at the wheel of Tesla, I would say, one pedal driving is not optional. It just lends itself to. I mean, the regen is so aggressive.
Yeah, I mean that's configurable on a Tesla, but
I mean it's just and you know it's been a while since I've driven something electric, and you go, well, actually, you just really quickly settle back into it.
Well, you said after you'd driven my Model S, and then later that day you hopped back in the Volvo, and you came up to a junction and you didn't brake. Because you just,
no, that's it.
It was already in your mind that the car was going to slow down on its own, and it didn't.
No, that's it. I sort of lifted off and went, "Oh yeah, it's me, isn't it? Yeah, there we go.
I got to do this now." Yes.
Yeah. Fortunately, it was not a busy junction. It was just, and I didn't coast through it or anything. I just went, "Oh yeah, yeah. I remember now. The other pedal.
Yeah, the other pedal in this car. Yes." But that illustrates how quickly you get used to it.
Yeah. And it's really easy to get used to.
It's very natural, isn't it?
It's a relaxing driving experience.
Yes.
Oh, there you go, Chris. Another Tesla compliment. He messaged me this week about it.
Well, I'm not going to knock him, and I had one, so that's fine.
But however, they've just made a car that we want just a bit better. So
Yeah, they have. Yeah,
Bastards.
absolutely, they have. Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
it's fine. Yeah, because we can't afford one of these. But
No, that's it. And I think they've the newer ones are going to be among the first cars to get this new CarPlay Plus.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah.
So you'll be able to manage a few more things about the car.
That is an upgrade I need to ponder for the Jag, because I can fit CarPlay to that.
Oh, okay. How aftermarket do you need to go?
You don't need to go aftermarket hardware-wise. It can be installed onto an original unit that comes with the car, the screen unit and everything. But it doesn't obviously need to be removed from the car, which is basically dismantling the dashboard completely. So I don't know if I want it that much, because I already have Bluetooth, so I can stream music from the phone and take phone calls and all that stuff already. It'll do that. It's new enough to do that, but it's not proper Apple CarPlay. But it is available for about £650, but I'd have to fit it myself. So
it's annoying for that. You go, well, actually, if you're going to spend that much, you could probably get. I mean, if you retain the original equipment, you could swap it out for something aftermarket and significantly better.
I know. What I would probably do, I would keep the original unit so it could go back in the car. Obviously, the car could be returned to standard. That would be important. But yeah, I know it's a thing, isn't it?
I know someone who's done it recently on their new car, and they've meant, you know what, I can swap it out when they got a really, really nice Sony CarPlay unit. And you go, it's really not that far off a factory look, and because it's really modern hardware, it runs so quickly.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So you just go, actually, that might be the better route.
Having said that, I'm not convinced I'm actually bothered about doing it at all.
Well, and we've discussed it might not be a long-termer.
It probably won't be a long-termer. It's going to be around for a little while. I can't guarantee at this point it'll see out the year. We'll see. So yeah, it's doable. But to be honest, as I said, I can already take phone calls. I can already stream music. That's kind of all I want to do anyway. If I needed navigation, I'd just bring up Waze. So
quite.
The car's navigation is out of date anyway.
Yeah, it's not like you're using that, is it? So
no. Jaguar, that car hasn't had navigation updates for years. So
no.
So I probably won't bother with it at all, but it is doable.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Pretty good. Well, it's been a momentous week then.
Oh, I'd say so. It's all going on here. Yes, fleet heavy this week.
I was going to say, it's the most we've ever done with our own cars.
Well, we've actually got some.
Well, got some, sold some, looked at some. It's ridiculous.
We're buying and selling all over the place this year.
No one saw this coming. So that's excellent. I mean, Christ knows what's going to happen next week.
Oh, I'll have an XKR out there. Don't you worry.
I'm going to hold you to that.
No,
I'm holding you to it. I'm holding you to it.
Well, I think that's probably enough of that for this week. Check us out on all the various social medias and things. Thank you very much for listening.